Sharing my comments on Ecclesia Mysteria by Constantine. Now, this third appendix will finish from the Myriads of Satanism to the Gnostic and Christian Satanism of Ecclesia Mysteria by Constantine. Appendix 3. Satanic scriptures likened to those of Judeo-Christianity. Regarding the so-called Old Testament, or Tanakh, we may look to its 24 books as a model for a Satanic Bible with the Book of Origins, Book of Migrations or Banishment or Names, Grimoire of the Calling of Priestcraft, Grimoire of the Desert or Grimoire of Accounting, Grimoire of Words in the Revised Law, We Are Our Own Savior, Judged by the Demons and Warlords, The 5 Parts of Life in 2 parts, What Rules Us and Our Land in 2 parts, Being Saved from Blood and Soil Zionism and Counteracting the Number of God, Divine Arm Against Civilization, Strengthening Power of the Wandering Magician, 12 Ages of Satanic Prophets, Satanic Hymns, Satanic Aphorisms, Being Persecuted and Hated, Evil Songs of Desire, Trembling Friend in the Famine, How to Lament, Gathered at the Symposium, Secret Teaching that Ignores God, Judging God and the End Times. Secret teaching that ignores God, that would be like on atheistic Satanism, wouldn't it? Perhaps not. Judging God and the End Times, the Defeat of the Enemy, and Restoration in 2 parts. Help and Regret, and The Matter of Days and the Effect of History. With titles of the so-called New Testament, or Biblia, we arrive at the good news of Greek and other philosophy. The glad tidings of Lucifer and Soroth, the gospel of the physicians, the message of Apollyon and the Dionysian Gnostics, orthopraxy of the unholy messengers, an open letter from an opponent of the current top societies, initial exposure to an adversarial current, being an adversary to what you know more about for the God of this world and age, a new law for outsiders, Satanic society is secondary for a man of the city, leaving a legacy with those who make an effort to communicate with you, asserting superiority when persecuted by the second class. I don't need to justify myself or make others get along. Maintaining the beliefs and practices of Satanic organizations. Heresy and blasphemy for society. Heresy of purpose and response. Words about other teachers by those initiated through the small on an unholy pilgrimage. Dismissals and reconciliations with demons of individuals. I understand your ethnicity better than you. Live your own hero's journey. Trials of the usurped. Evil and ignorance for the dying. Fulfillment in 4-fold preparation of the Antichrist. Duality and the chosen of the Antichrist. Acceptance of the excommunicated and banished. And the satanic unveiling of this world and age through the Sitra Atra, other side, or Klipot, Kliput, the husks. The so-called Catholic Apocrypha, don't have a copy in this room, but I do have a copy, provides us with the following ideas for books. I don't have a copy in Latin, though. Exorcism or Carcism for Soulmates, dissimulation of the traitor, dreams of the coming wars lead to speaking out, knowledge needs lived according to the pacts, attainment by secular and sacred means with fear. Resources were misused and you deserve what happened. Rejection of ethnicity and gaining independence. Rejection of ethnicity and gaining independence. Rituals for the dead. The Lucifer and his 3 friends do a ritual and meet a wondrous being in the fire. The lily who will not let others have their way, and the thieving priesthood. The Orthodox Apocrypha can give us ideas for books like the following: The 3 Guards and Breaking Away from a Successor, 4 Visions from the Northerner, The Rise of the Apostate Prisoner, Diverting and Gaining Boons from Would-Be Usurpers, The Conqueror's Superiority of Reason over Passion, Psalm of the Beheader, Oaths to the Knowledge and Conversation with the Eyes of Feminine Fertility. Speaking of beheaders, Disney has came up with the rule that they don't want mention of beheading in any of their new shows. The Syriac Church gives the ideas of texts like when to give up on hopes for your people, when to give up on hope for your people and country, and satanic grimoire of discipline for all of life. The Ethiopian Church gives us the idea for the following books: How to Become a Descended Master, or Ascended Master, the Sothic Sirius Cycle, with a view of history according to the astrological ages, Dedication with the origins of evil magic, the strong call to ignore the allure of other ways, Blessed Regret, Like a Cursed Fable of Restoration, the Decans of Revolt against the Dynasties, 21 Points of Regret by the Northern Revolutionaries, 10 Categories of Liberation and Revenge, 8 Seasonal Spokes of History found only in translation, Reform after Martyrdom, and the Constitution of 12 Apostles of Something Else. There are many other examples of extra-biblical texts and doctrines about all these to be completion for or adversarial to. We find that among the Judaisms there were indeed Satanisms, and many more probably existed and will exist. What they are and how Jewish Satanism differs from Christian Satanism is not the scope of this study, though. Satanism is independent of and predates all this, though. For centuries it has been impossible to not know what their faiths are. We can ignore the Judeo-Christian, work it in our own way, or oppose it as a Satanist or witch. We must admit that Christianity's view of what is evil or ignorant and what to do about it has resulted in a particularly dark direction for alternative spirituality and witchcraft. Now, what are you going to do about it? Bill Moyers. But doesn't that lead to a rather passive attitude in the face of evil? In the face of wrong? Joseph Campbell. You participate in it. Whatever you do is evil for someone. And that is from The Power of Myth 2, The Message of the Myth. And the next Satanism Sundays video is Luciferianism Beyond Christianity. And I think it's going to take a few weeks to put forward that one, a few about 30-minute videos, but peace unto you.